Hi you guys, welcome to Life with Charlene. Today I want to talk about being overwhelmed and not knowing why, where it's coming from, or how to fix it. Because I've noticed for the past few days I've been a little overwhelmed. I guess it has to do with what's going on in the government. Going shopping is just crazy now. The lines are packed. And then they may close the doors and not let people shop inside the stores. So all of this, I think, is just becoming a little overwhelming for me. And I've got to slow it down and try and figure out what should I do or how should I think about what's going on. So I'm going to make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to freeze up for snacks or whatever when I feel like I need a snack. And just talk about what I think is going on or why I'm feeling this way. All right, let's get into making those sandwiches. I guess the first step to understanding why you're overwhelmed is to admit that you're overwhelmed. Our minds get cluttered just like our closets. Too many thoughts to worry about. Too many expectations pile up until we just can't find what's important anymore. And I'm assuming that's what's happening here. I just don't know what to even do. So, got me this little loaf of bread, and I thought I'd make me some sandwiches to last me for a couple of days. So I'll have me some kind of snack. Something good to snack on, because I will not be going to the store, because that is a very overwhelming experience for me. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that even the smallest task feels like climbing a mountain? Maybe your to-do list is never ending, your mind's racing, and you just don't know where to start. So when you're overwhelmed, just say it out loud. I'm overwhelmed. Say it out loud and it gives it less power. That's how I'm feeling. I'm overwhelmed. And then I'm going to try and figure out what am I overwhelmed about and what am I going to do about it. First thing is, what do I need to do today that's going to help me to stay calm, help me to get through the day. A lot of times when we're overwhelmed, we just stop doing anything and everything. That's why I'm making these sandwiches. I don't want to sit and do nothing but stare at the television or hear any more news about what's going on in the world. I want to just have something to do, make sure I've got some purpose for what I'm doing, rather than just wondering what's going on. But action starts with one small step, which is me in here with these, making my sandwiches. It's something to distract me, keep me busy, make me feel like I'm being productive. And the only reason I say that is because I want to make sure I use my bread up. Because I don't normally eat bread. And so I'm going to make these sandwiches and freeze them. And that way I'll know all my bread has been frozen and I can eat it at any time. So I guess I'm going through maybe mental clutter, emotional clutter in my brain. All this is in my brain. And to turn off the TV and just be in silence. No phone. I got one little piece of bread left. I'll probably go with my egg later. But sometimes your brain needs stillness to rest. Remember, peace doesn't arrive when everything's done. Peace arrives when you decide to slow down. Try this. And I've been doing it a lot today. Inhaling. Count for 4 and exhaling. And I do that a few times, and I can just, I feel my body releasing some of that stress. A lot of times you don't even realize you're carrying it until you do take a couple of deep breaths. And I guess another thing of being overwhelmed is trying to do everything perfect. But living in this world today, how can you do anything perfect when we're living in such an imperfect world? I guess you have to define what perfect is to you. Sometimes, I guess we have to stop chasing perfection because nothing's perfect. The world we live in is not perfect. Our homes are not perfect, but they may be perfect to us. But we just have to slow down, realize what we can do and what we can't do. That's one of the things that stop from feeling so overwhelmed. Realize the things you have control over and things you don't have control over. It's like this freaking shutdown. I have no control over it. I just don't want anyone to be impacted by what's going on in the United States. I don't know. It's just really overwhelming to see all the things that are happening. Tearing down the east wing of the White House. That was just destruction to me. To think of all the people who have walked through there and now it's gone. I'm sorry. I didn't want to get on that subject, but that's part of my overwhelming. Just thinking about the destruction that is happening to our world right now. And it's scary. It's out of our control, in a sense. Out of my control, anyway. But it doesn't stop me from worrying. And you know, when I was a kid, this wouldn't have bothered me because, of course, I wouldn't be watching what's going on. But now as an adult, it's part of my adulthood is learning and knowing what's going on. And I've never been able to focus on really what's going on outside the world because I was so in tune with my inside world. But now I have so much compassion for other people that it's bothering me. It's really bothering me what's happening. Will people really go without food because of this? And then I'm hearing that there's emergency funds, but people don't want to let go of those emergency funds, I guess, because it'll affect their budget. It's just sad. It's really sad to see what's going on in this world. But I'm just taking one little small step and making these sandwiches so that I can feel like I accomplished something today. And it's not much, but it makes me feel good. But sometimes do you just get overwhelmed by life in general? Not just, you know, what's going on with the shutdown and stuff, but just life. You just get overwhelmed by it. And then that's when you start staying in bed all day. And that's something I don't want to do. I've been there, done that. Think I'll pass on that one. So I'm just going to stay busy today. Not think too hard, not think too much. And just get little things done that I can do to keep myself busy. I might even start my puzzle today. I don't know. We're all human. And every time you choose calmness over chaos, you're building a life that feels lighter, freer, and more grounded. So just try and keep a calm household, a calm mind, and everything will be just fine. I hope you guys found some comfort in this video. Now I feel much better. And I can wrap those in a aluminum foil and put them in my freezer. Thank you guys so much for listening to me and helping me make my sandwiches. I need 4 sandwiches. They should last me until next week, right? But these sandwiches, the reason I made them, they remind me so much of my childhood. We used to have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all the time. And I hadn't had any in a while, and I thought that would be my comfort food. But I hope this video gave you guys some tips, awareness on being overwhelmed and just finding something to do. We don't have to be perfect. This happens to everyone. And you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. And I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.